So they were doing like a credit thing, so I was able to get the audiobook for like $5 essentially. So I am going to be audio reading this one. So that takes one off of my shelves, or off the list, I guess. The next book that will self-destruct this year is Cersei by Madeline Miller. I started reading this last year. I got to, I think, like, not even 20 pages, and I DNF'd it. So I'm gonna try again, and hopefully I won't DNF it a second time. I'm gonna try it on audio and see how that goes, if it's better. And then, if I hate it, then it will be, leaving. Hopefully not, though. But I did get this one over a year ago. So it has to be on the list. The next book is going to be Elevation by Stephen King. Now this book is tiny, so I have high hopes that I'll be able to finish it in the time frame, but it's whether or not I like it and will it be staying on the shelf is a whole nother story. I have not even put it in my library yet, and it's really small, like it doesn't have a lot of pages, and the print is really big. So I am hopeful that it will get read, but I am not hopeful that I would love it. But it's just a little tiny hardback. It's really cute, actually. The next tiny book on the list is Number the Stars by Lois Lowry. I got this one for $4, and the only reason I got it is because it's Lois Lowry, and this is her debut. So, I'm not sure that I'm gonna like this at all. So, it's very small. Again, it's like less than 150 pages, so I do really hope that I don't hate it, but the only reason I'm reading it is because it's Lois Lowry. For those of you who don't know, Lois Lowry wrote the Giver series, which is one of my all-time favorites. And, yeah, that's literally the only reason I got this. So we're gonna try it out, but I'm not convinced that I will like it. Staying on the theme of like war stories that I'm not sure that I'm gonna like, I have The Book Thief. I even have a bookmark for this book, and I'm not sure that I'm gonna like it. a sense. So it's one of those ones that I feel like maybe you have to have been there when it was, you know, popular. Nowadays it might not be, so. I'm also not a big fan of book covers that have people on the cover. I don't know why. I'm just not a fan. But this one I got for 50% off of this price because it was previously owned. So I actually got this book for $4. So I'm not complaining if I don't like it. Speaking of pictures of people on the cover, the next book is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me and Other Concerns by Mindy Kaling. Now, Mindy Kaling has written several books since this one, but this one was on sale. I think I got it for like $3 or something. And it's also very, very tiny. Sorry, my dog was being loud. It's also very, very small. So, I am pretty convinced that I will read it, but I'm not convinced that it will stay on my shelves. I bought this when I wanted to have more like memoir type biography non-fictions on my shelf, and yeah, it's been sitting for too long, and I'm not sure that I'm gonna like it, so it's going on the list. Another one that I got that I am really not sure that I'm gonna like at all is Wicked by Gregory Maguire. Now, I know for a fact that there's a lot of people that really like the musical and stuff like that, and I really like this cover. However, I don't think I will like the writing style of this, and I have kind of dabbled in the book and like flipped through and kind of read a little bit. I'm really not sure that I'm gonna like the writing style and the way that it's written. So I'm gonna try, but I am not guaranteeing that I'm going to finish it at all. Probably gonna DNF it, but I have to give it a try. I got this one for $2 secondhand, and I definitely think that it's worth the $2 that I'm gonna try it out, and if I don't like it, then it can go to a new home where hopefully somebody really, really loves this book. Another one that I got secondhand, and this one I actually didn't have to pay for. This was from a coworker who was selling some books for her sister, and I had bought 3 other books from her, and she threw this one in and was like, I think you'll like it. I'm not sure that I'm going to. I loved the movie, but it's been over a year since I've seen the movie. And also, right here, this little bit, anything that has a blurb by Stephen King, I will give a try. So, this is a mass market paperback. I don't usually like mass market paperbacks, so that's another reason that I'm not a big fan of this. But I did get it for free. It is a literary fiction. I'm really not sure that I'm gonna like it as a book. I like the movie, but I'm really not sure that I'm gonna like the book. So we're So if I hate it, I'm not going to be too upset about regifting this into a little free library somewhere in my area. Somebody else can read it and love it. The next book on the list is a book that I've had way longer than a year, and I swear it's gonna get read this year, okay? So this is Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. It is supposed to be a Greek mythology, and I really, really wanted to read it. And then I don't know what happened. I lost interest or something. And then out of nowhere, I don't know. I just stopped wanting to read it. So we're gonna try again today, or this year, I guess. We're gonna try again, but yeah, the cover is so gorgeous. I really have high hopes for this one. So we'll see how that goes. The next book is also a Book of the Month book, like the last one. This one is The Reunion by Kayla Olson. Now this one is exactly 1 year old. This is from January of last year, 2023. So I am very hopeful. There's a thing on there. I'm very hopeful that I will read this one for February, because I've actually blocked off my February reading schedule specifically to read romance for once. I tried to do it last year and I did not, because I had so much other stuff going on was supposed to read in October. This is supposed to be a trilogy or a series or something, and yeah, it's about slasher movies, and basically like our main character thinks that like there's a slasher movie essentially happening in her town, and like a real life slasher, like there's a serial killer in town. And yeah, I wanted to read this so badly in October, but again, I was moving last year and I didn't have like a lot of time to be reading in October, and yeah, I did not get to read this, so I'm putting it on the list, and if it does not get read this year, then it's leaving. It's gonna be gone. Bye-bye. But I'm gonna try because I like the concept and I think it's gonna be really cute, and I think there's gonna be some good elements in it, but I'm not sure about this writing style, so I've never read anything by Stephen Graham Jones, so hopefully it's good. We'll find out. And last but certainly not least, we have another Stephen King. Only this one is Megap Bones. This is supposed to be a ghost story. It is like a horror fiction, gothic fiction, but it circles around like a ghost story, paranormal. So again, I really wanted to read it in October, but it's one of the ones that I'm not sure that I'm going to keep on my shelf. So if I can read it this year and have the motivation to read it, and I don't love it, then it can go, and I can try some other Stephen King. I do have other Stephen King that I'm supposed to be getting to, so if I can get this one out of the way, I think I'll feel more motivated to dive into more Stephen King and continue my journey. So that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your reading plans are for this year, and if you have any goals to reduce your shelves or maybe increase your shelves.